friends. I hope you're doing good. I am driving to work, so thank you for coming along as my passenger and helping me make the time pass a little faster because it's just traffic everywhere. Yeah, today it said 56 minutes to work, so yay me. But anyway, it's okay, right? We just gotta do what we gotta do. But so how are you guys doing? I hope you made it through election night and whatever side you're on. You just gotta, it is what it is, right? So we just gotta make the best of everything. I never understood why, I guess politics is such a an angry subject for people, or that people just can't discuss it. And they're, I know somebody that was like, I don't wear the I voted sticker because it's nobody's business if I vote or not. It's a private thing. And I'm like, that's so odd to me. Like, I don't care. But yeah, why did that ever become something so private and so you can't talk about it? But it's just odd. So keeping with that, I guess I won't say where I am. You probably have figured out where I lie on all of this anyway. So yeah. So if you're on the side that wanted the person who won to win, then congrats. And if you're not, and you wanted the other side to win, not everybody can win, right? So we all have to just adjust our lives around what happened. So anyway, let me change lanes. Sorry, y'all. So, but yeah, so that aside, I hope we're all doing well. I hope the country does great. I hope no more women's rights get taken away, and I hope the world stays, well, not stays, because I want it to be nicer. So I hope the world gets nicer, and we can all just kind of chill. And the reason I say that is because I was talking to my coworker, and she thinks like I think. She's originally from here. She's lived in California, different places, and then she came back here. But anyway, we talked about it, so we can talk openly. So I feel like I have somebody I can talk to, right, without offending people. Because I'm in Texas, and the majority of Texas, I believe, well, you can tell by the vote, believes one way, and then the other people. But I was just telling her, it's just so weird to me that we can't just talk. I want to know just a calm talk based on facts on both of our parts, based on fact and not emotions, or any false beliefs on either side, because there's, it goes both ways. But I just would like to have a conversation on why you think your person was the best person for that job. And then I could say, well, I think mine is, and we could kind of just discuss it. But it never goes that way. It's so weird. It just gets into, well, I believe. Forget your belief. What are the facts? Say this person did this, so that will help them do this, or, whatever, like that. Like facts. And it's just such an odd thing to me. It's that, and it's so weird that people never talk about how much money they make. Why is that such a big secret in our world? I don't know if you've noticed, but I am at a complete stop here on a highway, so this is not boding well for getting to work. So come on, people, let's go. This one lane's going like crazy, and the other three of us are at a complete stop, so something must have happened. GPS doesn't show anything, but anyway. But yeah, stuff like that. I think those are I guess religion. But I've talked in comfortable conversations with people here. I'm Catholic. I'm from Chicago, and there's just a lot of Catholics up there, right? So it was a majority. And then I moved here, and it's Christian, or I don't understand all the differences in all of it. But so there's not a lot of Catholics here. I've noticed there's when we were finding Catholic churches, there's a lot of like Hispanic Catholics, which is cool, and there's other ethnicities here that are Catholic, but a lot of people are just Christians. So people that I was in Girl Scouts with, my leaders and all that, were all Christians. So I would talk to them and be like, what's the difference? I want to know. Can we talk about it? So we could actually talk about that. We can talk about politics. We can talk about money, but we can talk about that. So it's just so strange to me, like, why that is and how that all started. And my coworker at work, the one who's going back to Houston soon, she's like, you are so curious, and sometimes you have to nip that curiosity. I'm like, I can't, it's just part of me. It's like, I'm just curious about things, and I'm just curious how that all started. At what point did it become like, shh, can't talk about it? I know religion, that's started the majority of wars, has been religion, right? But yet I can have a calm, cool, and collected, factual, well, religion is more beliefs, but I can have a nice conversation about that. I can't about the other stuff. So it's just weird to me. I know I'm rambling and I'm going off on my weird stuff. Maybe for you, you're like, well, of course, it's because of this. So let me know what you think. But yeah, I just think it's so odd, because I'm like, it kind of needs to be discussed in a way, even if it's like a rounding way, because, are you telling me to get off of here? Yeah, well, that's great. There's no exit here. So it's weird with this GPS, because she thinks there's exits where there are no longer exits, because it's all being redone, and she's not completely up to date. She's pretty good, but not completely up to date. Oh, so she told me to get off and get back on. Oh, my lady. Anyway, I'll just keep going. But what I was saying is, like, at work, okay, I started as an admin, right? So then they promoted me to assistant property manager. But you get that job, and then they gave me a raise, but I have no way, because people don't talk about salaries, of knowing, other than maybe Googling, and that could be off. But like, what's the potential salary? Where am I in there? Am I at the bottom? Can I, is there room to bargain up? Is there not? Am I at the top? And it's so weird, but people won't talk about it. And then, like, my coworker keeps saying, you want to get out of, your financial issues and stuff, so you need to keep working hard so that they promote you to another guy. This is my morning to be good on my brakes, because that is the second person without a turn signal, on a solid white line where you're not supposed to turn, cuts right in front of me, so close, if I didn't hit my brakes, I would have hit him. Second person today, so I gotta keep an eye out here. But you see, I can talk and drive, because I avoided that. But anyway, and she's like, and so that would help you greatly, blah, blah. But she never discusses what that salary is, what the potential for that salary is. So it's hard to judge. Is it, and the reason I want to know is, it's a lot more responsibility, potential for more than 40 hours, more stress, lot of learning. So is all that worth it for the amount of the bump? You know what I mean? Like, okay, is it, $5,000 more? No, that's not worth it to me. Yes, it's money and da-da-da, but for losing time, and I already spend, 10 hours there, and then an hour in the morning, an hour at night driving home, and it's a long day. Do I want to add to that for this amount of money? But you don't have that info to make that decision, and it's just like, but people never talk about their salaries. It's so weird. But anyway, yeah, those are things I've been ruminating on this week. Do I need to catch you up on anything? My car, I think I might have talked about it in a video. I'm so sorry I haven't done videos recently. I keep going. I gotta make a video, and then I get home and I'm so tired. But I gotta get out of that, right? And I'll tell you why I'm so tired. But excuse me, I have my mocha chocolate coffee drink. So the best drink ever. But this morning I made it with a little too much ice, and now it's like too slushy to come out of the it's like too solid of ice in there. Anyway, okay, so my car, remember I tried to go to my dad's auto shop or whatever it is. It's my dad. But I wanted to take it there, and I couldn't find them, remember, and then my dad called around from Florida, and he found the guy, and, gosh, I'm so into dog stuff. There's a picture of a dog on the truck, and my heart was melting. Why? Because I need a dog. Okay. So, anyway, so they kind of fixed the front end, and it has these plugs in it, and if I already told you, I'm sorry, I'm saying it again, just fast forward. But they have these little plugs that hold the front end on, and I bought the wrong ones, the guy said. Luckily I took them back and got my money back, but anyway, so they just kind of glued it all back together, and then duct taped it, and then I took that off a day after, and so far, knock on wood, the front end is staying on. So yay on that, if anybody was thinking about that. It's doing good, and I'm being very cautious of where I park and not going too close to those curb stops. So we're doing good on that. I got it. Oil change done on my little girl here. Yay, car. I got my new tires on now. Only thing left is the front brakes. And that's gonna be like $300 or $400. So yeah, I'm putting that off right now. Okay, so that's that. Okay, here's dog. I mentioned dog. Yes, I'm going dog crazy. I've been checking out the animal shelter near me online, because if I go in there, I don't want to make an incorrect emotional decision, and the way my heart melts every time I see a dog, I'd be like, get in the dog. And then a coworker at work was like, my friend, oh shoot, I was supposed to get off there. See what happens when I jab her? Because she thinks the exit's in front of me, and they changed it to back here. But anyway, come on, change directions. Where am I going now? So her friend, yeah, I guess she rescues dogs. She like finds out when they're on the euthanizing list, and she goes and rescues them. And she's got too many, so she just rescues them and then tries to get them adopted. And it was a beautiful pit bull, but it was a boy. And I was like, I really like female dogs. It's all I've always had, so no, I can't do that. But she had already saved it from being, yeah, so she just had to find an adoption place. I mean, somebody to adopt it. So I didn't feel as bad, like I was dooming this dog to something. Sorry, it just stopped filming there. But I do want another pit bull. I just gotta find the right one, right? So I'm getting there. So that's that update. Stop. Oh, I have discovered, so I'm trying to work on myself. My camera keeps moving back and forth. It's because it's sitting on a stand, if you're noticing, and it's in like a slot. And so when I press on the brakes, it kind of moves backwards. When I go, it moves forward. So sorry about that if that's making you dizzy or anything. But so trying to work on myself, trying to just improve my life, my thought processes, and get better at setting boundaries and all kinds of things. So my coworker had given me a book months ago, and I hadn't touched it, and it's called The Miracle Morning, and I finally did read it. I was ready. I think sometimes things come into your life, and you take action upon them at that point in time that you really need it. So I had the book, yes, it came into my life when I needed it, but I wasn't ready to take it in, and I finally felt like, okay, I got to do something with my life and my health and everything else. So I read this book. It's a little book, easy read, but it's called The Miracle Morning, and it's about how people who are successful and people who have happy lives, some things that they do that you could also do. And this guy started, he was a successful guy and everything, and then he got in this horrific car accident, and he had to bring himself back from that, and then he had some financial disaster where he, horrible financial situation, and then he bounced back from that, and this is what he developed to do that. And you can read his story if you care to. But the miracle morning he developed, you can make it however long you want, time-wise, but there are 6 steps to it. And he created an acronym. That's what I was doing. He created an acronym for it called SAVERS, SAVERS. So there's 6 steps to it. And the first step, the first thing he said to do, even if you don't do anything else, and I was like, yeah, whatever, this isn't going to work. And it works. He said, we always just think, either from experiences we've had, or we've heard doctors say, or Facebook, whatever, that we need, say, 8 hours of sleep every day, or we won't be able to exist the next day. We just need this amount of sleep, or he says, people think, I'm not a morning person, or I never, I don't sleep well, or all these different preconceived notions we've gained from, like I said, experience, or reading somewhere, or hearing. And he's like, those are all mind things that you can change. So he said it doesn't matter as much how many hours you get. It's a brain thing. So he said, before you go to bed, you need to say these things to yourself, because the last thought you have at night is usually the first thought you have in the morning. It's just how your brain wakes up and continues thinking about what it was thinking about. Am I turning here? Yes. Okay. So, excuse me. So he said every night, process whatever you're processing. Once you get to the point where you're about ready to, can feel your body kind of letting go. I just say, I'm going to wake up refreshed and energized. I'm going to wake up refreshed and energized. And I say that a few times in my head as I'm falling asleep. And then supposedly that was going to help me wake up in the morning, no matter when I went to bed, and feel like I actually slept. And I thought, okay, here we go. Let me try this. I'm willing to learn, right? It's working. I can go to bed at 10 o'clock and wake up at 5:30, and I feel like I've slept great. Or I can go to bed at 11 and wake up at 5:30 and feel like I slept great. So it's not the hours that I'm putting in. It's just this thought thing, and it really has changed. And it's been like 2 weeks now, so it is working. So try it if that's an issue that you have. I believe I am naturally more of a morning person, so that might help a little, but it's also a belief I have in my head. So maybe I've just always told myself I'm a morning person, and thus I'm a morning person. I don't know. So school zones, I go through so many school zones, and I don't see any children. So it must be at the end of the school zone time. But so that's the first step. So I did that. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this worked. The first day I'm like, maybe it's a fluke, but stop saying those things. Stop saying those negative things, because you start to believe those negative things you say. And I didn't want to do that. So I said, nope, it works. It works. It works. So I do this every night, and it works. So yeah, that's the newest thing. And then he's like, so get up earlier in the morning than you have to. You decide. You can do it an hour, you could do it 10 minutes, whatever. And in his book, when he's telling you what you need to do during this hour or 10 minutes, he does show you different scenarios of how you can do the same routine he's going to talk about in different time frames. And that really helps. So I've been getting up I've been getting up an hour earlier. I don't spend an hour on this routine, but it just kind of helps me. So I've been waking up at 5:30. And here's another thing that helped me is that, there's a lot of traffic here. I have Alexa in my house, and so I have these smart plugs or different things around my house. And I found a smart plug I wasn't using, and I took that in my bedroom and I put it on my bedroom little lamp next to my bed, because I know myself and I wake up easier, more like awake when it's sunshine out. And with the time change, it's definitely not sunshine out in the morning. So I gotta change lanes. Oh, you're not turning left? Okay, cool. So I had set my Alexa to at 5:30 in the morning to turn my little lamp on. So that's helped amazingly. And then I set up, you can set up, I don't know if you know about Alexa or whatever, but you can set up these routines and you can tell it when to do it. So it's like I said, weekdays at 5:30. Haven't done it on the weekends yet. I'm like, maybe I want to sleep a little longer on the weekends, but I still do the routine. So I tell it to, first of all, it turns my light on, then an alarm sounds, but the light instantly wakes me up. That's just me. So the light, I'm like, hello. And then I hear the alarm and I tell her to turn it off, and then I changed the voice to a man's voice, so it's kind of nice. But anyway, so I learned that from, hey everybody, but he then tells me the time, and then he tells me what the weather's going to be that day, which is nice, so I can figure out what I'm wearing. And then he says something nice to me, so like an affirmation. So it's really cool. And it turns my fan off, so I'm really awake. So I've been doing that, and that helps to wake up. So if you have those items and you have an issue with waking up, that might help you. And then he's like, first thing you do is like brush your teeth, because once you brush your teeth, your brain's like, I'm awake. So that's something. Let me go to the restroom and stuff and do all of that and start my coffee. Beautiful dog. And then start my day. And then once I've done that, then I start this routine, the SAVERS. So SAVERS stands for, remember, silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing, because he said it should be writing, but W didn't fit into the make a good acronym, so he changed it to scribing. So first thing I do is I found this little routine online called Lazy Fit. It's an app, and I'm like, I'm gonna start in a way I feel I can start. So it's exercises, but it's less than 10 minutes, and it's really cool. It has video with it, so it tells you, because like starting exercise, and it's got different days, it's got different routines, and you just follow through, like hit, start, and then you finish your routine, and it sets it up for the next day, so you don't have to figure anything out. All you gotta do is push the button. And then it shows you a video of a woman on there doing the exercise it's telling you to do, and then she describes what you're doing, and it has a little timer and it counts it down, so it does one exercise for however long. Then it dings, like ding 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 ding, like it's ending, so you know it's ending. And then it gives you a rest period. It started at 60 seconds. I changed it to 10, which feels good to me. So 10 seconds you're resting, you're like, okay. And then it's like, get ready for the next exercise, which is this. And then you get ready for it, and then it starts the timer, and off you go, and it does it. So it does it, right now it's like 7 minutes of exercise. So it's great. And then they're not super hard, but you do feel them. But it's not like super intensive. It's called Lazy Fit. It's actually stuff, oh, another beautiful dog. Actually, you could do from your bed, literally, because she's like, put your feet on the bed. And so yeah, you can do it from bed. I don't. I do it on a mat in my living room. But so I started with that, and then I advanced it a little bit after a couple days, and I added, so that's 7 minutes. So I thought I want to do 10 minutes of exercise. So I added, after that goes off, I set a timer on my phone for 3 minutes, and I use my weights and do biceps, triceps, shoulder exercise, and get that done for my 3 minutes. I did that for a few days, and then I advanced myself to add on the 10 minutes on the treadmill. And what I do is 1 minute of walking and 30 seconds of running, or fast jogging, running, and then another minute. And so I do that interval all the way through 10 minutes. So yay. And then I'm gonna switch it up every couple days. I've decided to kind of shock my body, so start doing like a minute of walking, a minute of running, a minute of walking, and then switch back to a minute and 30, a minute and 30, and see how that all goes. So a total of 20 minutes of exercise. Yay. So that's the E. I like to start with that and not do the savers in that order. I do it in my own order. So then the next thing I do is I then sit down at my dining room table where I have everything set out, and I got a book. And it's not time to read fiction, which I would love. It's time to read a book to improve yourself. So I went to the library and I got a great book. Oh, dang it. I can't remember the name of it. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's about becoming a positive optimist or something. I'll have to talk about it later. Anyway, it's a great book, and it's along the same lines as this guy. So I read, and he's like, just read, set a time limit or a page limit or whatever, depending on how slow or fast you read. So I do it for 10 pages. So I read 10 pages. And then once I'm done with that, I set my timer for 10 minutes. And then I do the remaining items. So that was my reading and my exercise. So I have 4 more. Next thing I do is I sit there, I close my eyes, and I do my affirmations. I just say things like, one of mine is, I am strong, I will hold my boundaries. I am strong, I will hold my boundaries, because that's been an issue at work, and I really want to be strong at that and, improve that. So that's that one. That's the A. And then visualization, I created most people call it a vision board, but I read something where they said don't call it that, because that's just a vision. Call it an action board, because you're going to take actions to help you achieve these visions, right? So my little board has a couple of pictures of this couple adorable pit bull dogs, because I want to have a dog in my life. It has a picture of a beach house, which is my ultimate goal, if at all possible, someday. It will be. I have a picture of the beach where I like to walk every morning with my dog. I have a picture of this woman, very fit, and then another little thing that says stay strong, something else on it. But that's for, the exercise part, that's what I want to work towards. What else? I have a picture of, another one about like financial abundance and money and becoming debt free. So I have little pictures of that to help me remember. I have a picture of travel, so a picture of out of an airplane window, and a picture of a cruise ship, because that's something else in my life I want to do more. And then I have a picture of friends, because I really don't have friends here at all. So that's something I know I need to get better at, but at the moment it's a little difficult, so I've got to work on that. I know I do. And then let's go for it. I have a picture of a couple at a wedding, and you never know. So if I happen to find someone, that's great. So I'm visualizing it. And then lastly, grandkids, because somehow I've got to work it out where I can get to see my grandkids, because that's a whole other issue with my daughter, who just got engaged. And she seems happy, but I only see about it on Facebook. Anyway, whole other story. So those are my visualizations. So I sit there in my head and I envision a day. So I envision myself waking up all happy and energized and refreshed, and seeing my dog, and taking my dog out potty, and then doing my morning, my miracle morning routine, going for a walk on the beach with my dog, and leaving this beautiful beach house. And I just continue all the way through all those items that are on that list in a day. And that's my visualization. So that's V. So silence I have left, scribing I have left, right? S-A. Savers. Okay, so scribing, I got a little notebook because the bigger one intimidates me because I don't really like to write, like the actual physical action of writing. So I just write down thoughts for the day, either something that happened the day before, or maybe something I want to accomplish today, things I'm thankful for, just whatever comes to mind. And I do that till I fill up the little page, and that's my time limit. Remember that 10-minute timer's going. So I do my visualizations, my affirmations, my scribing. I did my exercise, and I did my reading. So all I have left is silence. And for that one, I close my eyes. Again, I sit in a Zen position here, and I do deep breathing. And they say when you deep breathe, you should expand not your chest but your belly, and that's really a deep breath. So I have a little mantra in my head where I breathe in love, and I just hold my head up, and I envision the dining room light outside of my closed eyes as being like love and warmth and sunshine. And then I hold it for a few seconds, and then I breathe out real deeply. And when I breathe out, I say I'm breathing out peace in my life. So I'm breathing in love, I'm breathing out peace. And when I say that, I just make my body relax and feel the peace. And that's my miracle morning. So that's what I've been doing lately. It's helped. I think I have a more positive outlook. It's not tested totally because I haven't had anything happen where I really need to test my positivity. I'm trying to stay as positive as I can with the world. So, and my world and the whole world and work world and the whole thing. So yeah, that's what I've been doing different. And if you're interested in it, like I said, it's called The Miracle Morning. I forget the author's name, but I can show you the book when I'm at home one time and videoing or filming or whatever you want to call it, recording. All these old words for things, right? And my work is almost here. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in my life. And I'm trying to eat healthier too. So I've been eating salads at lunch and only going out to lunch with my coworker once a week because I still like that a lot. And she's going to be leaving soon, and I won't have that in my life, so I'm taking advantage because we do enjoy each other as friends. And yeah, and that's where I am. So I'm getting ready for Christmas with my son. I've got my cruise in February. Even with the time I'm taking to visit my son, I still have 6 more days of PTO that I have to use by my start date, which was December 27th, I believe. So I do have to figure out more days in there. They don't roll them over, which I hate because I would rather roll it over because I'm hoping to do more trips next year. So I'm thinking if I want to do something for my birthday or not, if I can afford it or whatever, because I normally do. Anyway, I'm headed into my garage and I need to use my phone to open the gate. So thank you so much for driving with me and making my drive shorter than normal. And yeah, keep going. Stay positive. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.